All right, so we've got three folks that want to come up together, I guess. Courtney Scott, John Gramstead, and is it Bala or Bala? Bala?
Good afternoon. So I'll start by citing the statistic that everyone should know, but many do not. 5 elephants have died in the Oregon Zoo in 5 years. 5 elephants in 5 years. This statistic in any other business will be a disaster. If in my line of work, a comparable statistic will invite independent third-party audit, operations review, policy review, whatnot. But here we find the metro allowing the zoo to do whatever they please. I get it. I think the reason is you figure they are the experts. You do not want to micromanage them, so let them. But to what extent? When do you say this is going out of hand? And it doesn't take a genius to say that 5 elephants dying in a period of 5 years is too much. And you also shield you shield the zoo, and the zoo shields itself, saying that they are a member of AZA, the American Association of Zoos and Aquariums. But keep this in mind: there is a zoo in Winston, Oregon, a few miles from here, which is also AZA certified, just as this zoo is, where they have elephants give car washes. So according to AZA, the industry standard, Oregon Zoo and a zoo that has elephants give car washes are one and the same. That's the quality that they are looking at. So given all this, I don't know when would Metro step in and say, look guys, this has gone far enough. Here are the limits, and we need to have a policy review, and here are the mitigating circumstances. And I don't see that happening, and it's disappointing. And that's what I'm here to ask you to do is, please do your job. Please tell the zoo this has gone far enough, and something needs to be done about it. Right now, Chendra, the elephant that we are here to talk about, she's gone through a miscarriage, she has tuberculosis, she's gone through lots of other ailments, and a sanctuary is willing to take her. This is your chance to demonstrate the leadership that we have been asking you to demonstrate all these years, to allow her to retire. Now, please do not give the excuse that Chendra officially is on loan by the Malaysian government, and so you cannot step in. That doesn't count, because according to the loan agreement, we looked it up. She's here for breeding purposes, and having gone through a miscarriage at age 26, and the zoo themselves having said that she cannot go through another pregnancy, you know that agreement is nullified. So please do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you. This is my 12th year of coming here to speak for the elephants. Started back in 2008 for the $125 million bond measure, which was supposed to provide an off-site preserve for the elephants. Well, we know what happened with that. Next, we put all of our effort into freeing Packy to a sanctuary. Unfortunately, Packy was put down at the age of 54 with tuberculosis. We have also asked Metro and the zoo many times to stop breeding. All you're doing by breeding is bringing more elephants to live out their lives in a very sad, deprived situation in a sandlot with no trees, no grass, no ponds, no way to live their life as a real elephant. So now we are here today to ask you to demand, actually, to free Chendra before she too suffers the same fate as Packy. Who will you listen to? If you don't listen to us, please listen to the elephant experts all around the world who say over and over that elephants do not belong in captivity. Listen to former zoo elephant keepers like Les O'Brien, like Ray Ryan, like Steve Friedland, like Phil Pruitt from the Oregon Zoo, who all know intimately why elephants are suffering in zoos. If you don't listen to the experts, Listen to the medical records, read their records, see what they're doing, see how they're suffering. Foot disease, tuberculosis, obesity, in Chendra's case, extreme anemia, foot cracks, which are causing infections in her feet. If you don't listen to them, finally, listen to the elephants. You don't have to be an elephant communicator. All you have to do is go to the zoo and watch and see for yourself how Chendra walks in circles, how Shine goes back and forth, back and forth. These elephants are just like your dog. They're barking at the door to get out. You might not hear them barking, but when Packy's ramming his feet against the door, when Tusco is lifting his head and banging against the ceiling, when these animals walk in circles and exhibit stereotypical behavior day after day after day, with little to nothing to do besides check the feeders once again for food. This is no life for an elephant. So I ask you once again to do the right thing. Free Chendra. You can ask the Sabah government to free her from her contract. It no longer applies. Please. You didn't do it for Packy. Do it for Chendra.
Before we move on to John, if you're part of the audience and you want to support the person who's speaking, I ask you not to speak out, but to maybe just wave your hands. Thank you, because it makes it hard for others to hear, and I want to be able to hear everybody who's testifying. So, wave your hands in support if that's what you want to do. All right, John.
I'm going to change the tenor of the conversation a little bit. So,
It'd be nice to see you as well, John.
yeah, really? Your most recently published document states, quote, Metro is governed by a 7-member council that is responsible for the policy direction of the organization and for legislative oversight.
Thank you.
Sure. So it's wholly appropriate that I address this directly to each and every one of you. This time it's different. This time you guys need to pay attention. This time we will not be summarily dismissed, because this time we don't care what you think. You need to know that we'll no longer waste our time appealing and treating and petitioning you to do the right thing. This time we bypass this nonsense and take our campaign directly to the public. This time there is no ask, because we expect nothing from you. For this campaign, the one your self-absorbed ideological predispositions have forced us to create, well, the 7 of you and your opinions simply don't matter anymore. But you should be prepared for what is not only already begun, but is yet to come. 1, citywide billboards. 2, newspaper inserts. Digital billboards, a massive social media campaign, direct mailings, even bus posters, and many, 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 many more things yet to come. Things I want you to discover, all until you do what you should have done years ago. If you want this to go away, then release the elephant known as Chendra from her prison, and let her live her final days with people who really want her. Until then, you guys will be eating a lot more of this.
All right. Again, ask that the audience remain quiet and supportive in other ways.